Parts back here on the 1978 Toyota pickup and make my way through the wiring. For reference, this is the wiring harness that came with the engine, and you can see there's like all kinds of cut random things that are supposed to have two wires and have none. You got all kinds of this nonsense, broken connectors, things missing, all kinds of nonsense. So that wiring harness is hideous, gigantic, and definitely was never going to work. So the kit I got is from Wiring Specialties and coming along super tidy. So had to knock out the hole there a little bit larger to get all the connectors through it. So I'll have to find some sort of a gasket or whatever to cook that in. And pretty much got everything that I can get done so far. So there's the wideband. Hilariously, that's the clip for the old harness for this engine, and that just lined up fine, so I use that. And then yeah, I mean, everything's super tidy. There's a couple water connectors down there, alternator, crank sensor, all along, coil packs, all good. All the injectors, cam sensors, all that's hooked in. So there are a few that I can't quite do quite yet. So this is the air temperature sensor, and you know, that would plug in right there. And I got an air temperature sensor, and this thread is larger than the thread that was in there already. And then the fitting that came with it is a big aluminum fitting, and I don't have the ability to weld aluminum, so I can't do anything with this right now. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do. Since the existing hole is a bit smaller, I might be able to tap it for the larger one and just use the existing. Though just looking at the stem length there, I'm not sure if it's long enough, not sure. Or I'll end up getting a steel bung that I can weld into the charge pipes, which is a bummer because those are all painted up. So we'll see what I do there. The other one is the kit came with this water temperature sensor, and it's tiny. It's this little tiny thread. And, you know, there were these two connections that were here that went into like a dummy light and a temperature sensor. And then on the thermostat, which I'm not going to try to get down there, but down here on the thermostat, there's another connector, but the size of that is much, much larger than the other one. And I don't have another wire. Like, I got everything hooked in over here. There's no other wire, so I don't exactly know what I needed that for. I'm not sure why I bought it, so I'll have to do some research on that one. Then I got the boost solenoid here, and so I got that wiring, and I made a little connector here just with like an XT60 that'll hook into the electronic boost controller. And I got all the wiring for that, but I don't have enough vacuum line, and so that's a bummer, because I'm ready to put that in, but I don't have enough vacuum line, because I got to T the solenoid that's down there to the solenoid that's on the other side over here, and then hook it into the nipple for the housing in order to get boost reference. And so I just didn't have enough line in order to hook all that stuff up. So gotta order some more stuff. But one thing I did get hooked in is a flex fuel sensor. So that's plugged in through the return line, and that's all hooked up, connected, zip tied and everything. So when it comes time to be able to run E85, I'll be able to, and that'll set me up nice for that. I have not done any of the chassis wiring, so the kit did come with a fuse block and, you know, some connectors for various things. I have not even touched any of this stuff. And then these are all the connectors that are just pushed through on the other side of the firewall with the igniter box and everything. And so still a whole ton of work left to do. But yeah, good progress on the electrical. All right, thanks. See you in the next one.